find a band to make a song for us called Tea Time.
Yeah, I'm sure there is a song called Tea Time. It probably isn't the right tea time, but there is a song.
Oh, yeah, it's pro. Okay, so the boy is able to join my room.
I said we're doing this over Wi-Fi, correct?
Yes, we are now playing online today because it is a holiday, so we are going to try and do this remotely. If Ryan is unable to join, which has been the mantra of the day so far, he's going to play on his own and just record his scores and give them to us on the honor system. So we'll see how much of a liar he is.
No, Ryan, I need a camera pointed at your screen.
Yeah, we need proof.
I still can't join it.
Pixar, it didn't happen. All right, well, I'm going to get us into what's going on, and I'll tell you what course we're playing in just a moment. And we are using the
not
stupid
that
one.
Bowser one in a shit show. I think it'll be fine.
As long as we don't do the Bowser one?
I mean, that one and the very last one are the only ones that seem like... At this point, like on the one with the tornadoes, I'm gonna just hit it up to the upper thing.
Yeah.
There's no, like...
Oh, what are you talking about,
why
dude?
risk?
You know what I'm going to do? I'm even better. I'm going to lay up on every single shot. Like, I'm not
gonna
even...
do Pauline, so I don't have the power this time, so I'm doing new clubs.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so
Discord?
you want us to do it with new clubs?
No, you can do whatever you want. It's all... I mean, par is par. It doesn't matter if you can hit a 250 or versus 210.
Alright.
This is true.
The whole point is it should be balanced around that. Maybe this game's a little weird, but most golf games follow that logic. If it's par is possible, par is possible. Doesn't mean you'll get eagle on a lot of courses, but that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to get eagle on one.
I am. I'm supposed to get
Yeah,
eagle
'cause
on
you're
every
just-
hole.
You're the most badass person around.
I am the greatest golfer. Do you not have a headset, or are you just using the microphone on something?
Huh? No, I'm using my phone
Even better.
with my earbuds. In.
Yeah, earbuds. Yeah, get the AirPods Max going.
There is
Even
no
better.
AirPods, man.
Or Beats.
Or Beats. You are correct.
I have come up with... Oh, first off, I do want to call something out here.
He's calling it out.
No,
Calling
I'm
a shot.
unable to.
Yeah, I'm calling it out. First, I want to point out that Ryan told me 4 weeks ago that we wouldn't do this for 2 weeks. And here we are on week 4.
I was calling out the consistency of you showing up every day at noon for tea time, so to speak.
Hey, I did it. I'm here.
Alright, resend an invite, because apparently it wouldn't let me join this time.
Oh my god. Welcome to the struggles of Nintendo Switch Online. I'm Trisket109, your host for bullshit nonsense. Yeah, this is
true.
This is funny. I sent it to you this time. You can try and find it with the room ID. It's on there.
Hold on.
Alright, so I figured there's a couple of things that we could talk about. I got a couple of things. Yeah. You got in though. I'm so impressed.
Yes, that is
Alright, so
that is the highlight.
it seems like all the news these days is dominated by the Switch 2. Yes?
Yes.
So
Give it 2 weeks.
give it 2 weeks and it won't move on. It'll get more frenzied as we approach the launch date. A couple
No,
things.
there's still going to be other news coming up to E3 and whatnot. The former E3.
The
I should
former
say.
E3, the time of year where news existed. Let's do.
Time of year formerly known as E3.
Yeah.
Formerly known as E3, I like that.
Let's just do Bonnie Greens. Let's keep it simple today. How does that sound?
Let's
You
have
want to do the pro layout?
relaxing
We can
day.
do that.
We could do that. You want to do championship?
Bonnie,
Championship 18 holes on Bonnie Greens. I'm all
do it.
for it. I'm all for it.
starting
yeah.
on one.
Yeah, starting on one.
Normal win.
Yep, we're starting up. All right, there you go. But yeah, it seems like all the Switch 2 stuff is dominating the news. I have a personal, take on something with that, and then we'll get to the news first. First off, they did confirm that April 24th will be the pre-order day for the Switch 2. They have fixed that now, I guess, and now April 24th, starting at midnight, is what I heard. I know retailers like GameStop and such are going to be like, you need to be up that late and on trying to refresh your fucking browser to get in here and get a Switch 2. So that's going to be a thing. We did sign up for the Nintendo alerts. Apparently, you can order them directly through Nintendo this time, and they'll ship them out for launch day. I thought that was kind of interesting.
That's the ones that you have to have played on the Switch Online. That was their way of fighting scalping on directly.
Really?
I bet they allocate like 50% directly for them. You have to have had 50 hours on playing your games in the last year before the announcement of that. You couldn't do it past it.
Oh, well, there you go. I definitely have that. So, yeah, I
Yeah, we all
signed up
have
for
that.
one.
Anybody who actually plays games has that.
Yeah, that's true. So I signed up for that alert. Kit signed up for that alert. Did you sign up for it, Ryan? Because you can actually put yourself on the list right now.
I signed up for it like 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So there's that. So April 24th is the date for that. They did also make an announcement that the accessory prices are going up. So a set of Joy-Cons, so that's a left and a right Joy-Con 2, was originally, was it $80 or $85?
85, I think.
It was 85. Okay. So now they're going up to 95.
Yep. Instead of raising the price of the system, for
They're
tariffs,
raising the price of
right.
accessories. Yeah, which actually struck me as a smart thing to do, because it was like, get people into your ecosystems, then rip them off. Like, that seemed like exactly
no
the thing
one
to do.
is going to be happy with a system increase. Accessories, people will be like, I can buy third party, I can buy them later, etc., etc. But a system price increase, no one would have been happy if they'd done that.
You know, that's actually an interesting point that you bring up with that, is that there weren't really a whole lot of third-party accessories for the Switch 1.
What are you talking about? Every 8-bit do controller we have.
So Pro controllers,
true.
yes, but there's not a lot of mock-ups out there for Joy-Cons.
Well, I mean, there's like those Hori pads and such.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised that it didn't have more of one, to be honest. You saw it a lot with like the cases, not so much with the rest of it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, we didn't see Joy-Con specifically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sick. Cool. But yeah, we didn't see stuff like that, so yeah, it was kind of interesting. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, that was basically all of. There wasn't really a whole lot of news other than that this week.
Right.
I saw the Microsoft comment. Apparently, Phil Spector's like, yes, we're going to partner with Nintendo, Xbox, and on the Switch too, because they're a great partner and we love what they're doing. And if you read between the lines, we hate hardware. We don't want to be a part of it anymore. And please, God, get us the fuck out of here, because we have, you know, we don't want to be in hardware anymore. That was the moral of the story I heard when he was talking. And on that note, we did decide to sell my Xbox Series X in order to front some of the cost of a Switch 2. We're going to get one Switch 2. Maybe, I don't know. If the boy wants to get 2, it's up to him. But we've had like 5 different people be like, hey.
Stay with an Eagle.
Yeah, I got an Eagle. We've had 5
we're
different
playing
people. Yeah, we're on hole 3, bud.
Well, you gotta say it.
Wait, I did say it.
You didn't say we were starting yet.
I said we're starting up right now.
Oh, I missed it.
That's okay. Kid's still working on his approach here. But yeah, we've had like 4 or 5 different people say, yes, is it still available? And we say yes. And they're like, can we do this today? Yes. Can you come down on the price? Like, we listed it at 400, and so our theory was like, if we get 350 for it, we'll call it a deal. And then one guy was even like, will you take, he's like 350, and I said, how about 375? And he goes, 360. I said, 360 is a good number for an Xbox. And he did an emote that laughed at it, and then he didn't say anything else. Like, everybody else is asking me questions and nobody is actually doing it, and it's kind of annoying. I do not like selling things online. That was the moral of that story. I fucking hate it. It's ridiculous. Oh, it's ridiculous. But yes, we've not had any bites on the Xbox yet to cover the cost of a Switch 2 as of yet. So there's that. But yeah, I hate it. Like, is it always like this, kid? Like, you're the one who's like the most, inclined for.
Yes. It is
Internet
always
culture. Internet culture now, I guess.
I really wish it wouldn't, but yes.
His
Yeah.
people.
His people, yeah. Meet in dark alleys and,
Alright, you old farts.
yeah, you guys meet in dark alleys to get Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon stuff. Like, our generation, it was drug deals. So, I don't know what happened, but okay. But yeah, so
Dial-up
nothing on the
stuff.
Xbox yet. There was another game I wanted to mention to you, Ryan. So I had read this because it was interesting. What happened with them? On the front page of Steam, there was a game that just came out. It doesn't show on my front page of Steam anymore. Now I got to go down and find it. Tempest Rising. Have you heard about this game?
Yeah.
So Tempest Rising.
We looked at it like 2 months ago.
Yeah. So the best thing I heard about it was if EA hadn't destroyed Westwood and they kept making Tiberium games, that's what this is supposed to be. And that made me smile and happy. Apparently, it got released on Steam a week early, and there was an article I read where the company said, fuck it, just go. So it's just out now. Apparently wasn't supposed to be up for another week. And I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, it's
Awesome.
it looks pretty good. Like, I actually want to play this thing. It's it's $40, which does not make me want to play this thing, but like it's old school Command and Conquer, man. Like, it looks pretty good. What the hell was that noise?
That one and that Dwarf game are the ones that look good, man.
Dwarf Fortress?
Dwarf. D-O-R-F. It's got a
Oh,
stupid name.
Dwarf.
That's the one that looks like, it looks like Red Alert 2, literally.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
They did the whole animated, like, 2D sprite, everything, but they're going the distance with it.
Yeah.
I don't know how good it'll be. That one's not out yet.
I did look at that. I wanted to see that one too. If that game's $20, maybe I'll get that. Wargroove is it not Wargroove? What's the one that's like that?
There are a lot of 2D ones like Wargroove.
So there's one like Advance Wars coming that I saw them do an early access thing for before. Warside is what it's called. And apparently that gets released. Actually, it's already out. It came out last week. So it was in early access for a bit, and they had a demo, and it's straight Advance Wars without the nuance and good things that Advance Wars does, is what I was told. So I kind
There's
of
one thing I didn't buy this week that I did think about buying.
Uh-oh.
Dude, in the rough, that's rough.
What?
Amazing lineup. I think you said you beaten this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Planet Base, Kingdom 80s.
beat it 20 plus years ago.
What? Lunar?
Lunar.
Yeah, I was actually surprised that Lunar didn't show up in my list the other day. I thought that was something you had actually decided to buy.
I did. I just haven't decided to buy it, day one. I already bought it.
I mean, yes, we've all owned it. I did beat Lunar
actually,
1.
technically, I already bought it twice.
Yeah. I did beat Lunar 1 on the PlayStation 1. I can tell you this, my very first, I got a credit card. I got a secure line of credit to try and build credit when I was like 18. They convinced me to do this, which was not a great idea. But the first thing I did was I went out and I bought Final Fantasy 9 and I bought Lunar 1. Those were the two games I bought on my credit card. And then promptly paid it up.
Doing a 9 remake. That's like all over the news lately.
Dude, we'll get to that in just 1 second. There is something I wanted to mention to you about Steam. This morning, City of the Wolves did show up in my list.
Really?
Yeah, for preload. Yeah, so I actually preloaded Fatal Fury this morning. Ryan, the way we're splitting this up for anybody who watches is we're using our family share plan on Steam to split up the cost of games this year. So I bought the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, which has the Capcom versus SNK games on it, which is why we won it. He bought Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. He had offered to buy Doom, but I'm going to buy my own copy of Doom. But we're using the share function to kind of go back out
they're
with that.
so close.
I mean, this only works for games we know we're going to either play in the same room on the same system or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, we're not going to play CVS2 online against each other. I can tell you that right now.
No,
And that
what are we,
actually
crazy?
brings me to another point.
We can do that anyway.
Yeah, I was
can
very
do that.
surprised. I was surprised that you didn't have Lunar already in the thing.
I really did think about it.
But
Wow, that was
City
actually
of
a
the
really-
Wolves does come out. Was it Thursday or Friday?
24th. It's on Wednesday. It's on Thursday.
Thursday. So like
So
Wednesday.
it's only
at 10,
Wednesday night.
maybe. Maybe if we're lucky, it'll be Wednesday night, where we can go play as Cristiano Ronaldo and kick soccer
Dude,
balls.
I don't understand that at all.
I thought the DJ one looked funny.
Yeah,
The
well,
DJ one looks alright.
no, Ryan, can you explain to him why that is? Because he doesn't understand it at all.
South America. What do you want me to say?
Central America.
Whatever. They're all the same.
Okay, so
When it comes to SNK, they own the world, literally south of the border. It doesn't matter what border we're talking here. They probably own Africa too, for all I know.
there was an article a couple years ago that talked about why SNK games were the way that they were, and in
That's a pretty good
Central America, South America, Mexico, it was very difficult and very because of the price. It was very expensive to get like a Street Fighter machine down there, which was it was just extremely expensive to get arcade machines in general. Well, the SNK machines of old used to allow you to put 4 AES cartridges in there, so one purchase would actually net you 4 games in your arcade. So
Nice.
You tell them.
yeah, so they would actually spend, if they were going to spend the money to bring arcade games down there, they would bring SNK machines because they got better value out of it. So King of Fighters is huge in Mexico. And when I say huge, I mean
Wait.
huge. Huge. We saw like the professional announcers at EVO were from Mexico. They're yelling La Chancla and all that other good stuff that was going on. It was one of the best tournaments I had ever watched was the King of Fighters 15, was it 2 years ago? But yeah,
Yes.
they are primarily they are there. They're in the Philippines in a big way. They're not really in Europe the same
Even
way.
in China, it was anywhere that it was cheaper and affordable to do so.
Yeah.
So China, because it was poorer back then, definitely all of Central and South America. That's
South-
why I said Africa, but Europe, not so much. The Middle East and those places I thought were more into Tekken. So
Sometimes they actually did a lot of King of Fighters stuff there too. Japan and South Korea had basically everything. And so what was cool
Yeah.
about that market is in South Korea and Japan, basically the best stuff would rise to the top. So if a King of Fighters game was really popular in South Korea, it's because it was the best goddamn video game ever made. Like that's how that
Right.
worked. And the guys who fight in Japan are freaking crazy. Like they're so good. It's unbelievable how
the other
good they
thing
are.
too that people forget is, people like to see their own nationality, and King of Fighters was probably always the biggest diverse one. I mean, yeah, Street Fighter 2 was from the outset, but King of Fighters always had like what 30 characters.
Yeah, Street
You
Fighter.
always had
Street Fighter did not have as
had
much
a
as King of Fighters did for sure.
Dude, that's such a good approach.
Yeah.
that was a good putt.
You could beat me. You could beat me on this hole, son. You could do it. So yeah, that's so to answer your
Or not.
question, why is it like that other places? Cristiano Ronaldo is the most popular soccer player in the world. It's him and Messi, right? Wow, you really dinged that one, didn't you?
Yes.
So by putting Cristiano Ronaldo into Fatal Fury that way, you speak to in all of those markets in a very different way than you speak to the American market. So does that make more sense for you now?
Yes.
All right, so there's Cristiano Ronaldo will be playable Wednesday night apparently, but it did show up on my thing for preload, and I did preload it this morning, so that is
Well,
available.
what I find so funny about that one is like that man already made so much money, and he's about to make like 1,000 times more.
Well, I don't know about that. It
Definitely
probably made
good
probably
advertising
made
for him,
50
but it'll
bucks.
also-
like I don't think
What?
SNK's really out there paying royalty on shit like that. You know what I mean?
No,
But-
he volunteered for it, dude. What are you talking?
Yeah.
Like free advertising for him.
My man who once did an interview said, "I refuse to play video games."
Yeah.
He is going to do this for free.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Especially for anyone who follows soccer, he's actually getting towards the end of his career. Like he was moved. I don't remember where it was, but he was moved from his team because they were like, he's not doing so great. Messi's doing the same thing. Like Messi's playing in Inter Miami right now. He's playing in the Major League Soccer because he's trying to bring more awareness to soccer in America, but from my understanding of it, and someone correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not a soccer guy. Man, you
That
were really
sucks.
just zipping your putts today, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. But from my understanding, he's also lost a step to play in like the Premier League and some of the other UEFA's, the La Liga. Like he's apparently lost a step for that too. So that's what I was told anyway. I don't know enough about soccer. If it was hockey, we'd be having a different conversation. So
Yo, where's Mario Hockey at?
that's never going to happen outside of Canada, and Canada's not big enough to get that to happen. It happened in my house. I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, that's about the only place outside.
I
of
just
Canada.
seen like Bowser as a goalie. Like I think that would be awesome.
I mean, you can go play Battle Strikers right now and play soccer.
I
Just,
I could go. Yeah.
it's kind of almost the same thing, right?
Well, I just learned what rain actually does.
Wow, I hooked
Go,
that
bro.
like a some.
I
bitch.
went over the trees and
I
into
hooked
the
it
bunker.
around it, dude. I did not think I would hook that much. That was pretty impressive. I like it. But yeah, so that is on my list now. I was able to preload it. It does share out, so I'm assuming the Capcom SNK one will share out as well at some point. And then I just gotta worry about Doom. I'll probably worry about that next week. But yeah, so when Fatal Fury comes out, like, is that what we're doing next weekend?
Gotta play the game.
I'm asking.
I will have it installed.
Do that for tea time.
No, we'll still do tea time. We gotta keep our skills sharp. We gotta play the game. No, so I mean that basically concludes all news from this week. Like there was really not a whole lot going on. The Switch 2
Preload or the
pre-order date, and then the accessory increase, and then I saw that one strategy game which I wanted to ask Ryan about, and then the letting him know that Fatal Fury is now shareable. That would be great. But yeah, I figured after that we need to talk about if we're gonna play Fatal Fury, when we're gonna play Fatal Fury, because we played a shitload of Galro. So Mark of the
and
Wolves,
15.
the Dreamcast game, and we did play a lot of 15 for a while. Oh my god, I hit the pin with that. Dude, should have hit that in. That would have been a nice eagle. So we do need to play that. Is that what you want to do this next weekend, Ryan?
Yeah, we can do it. We gotta do tea time anyway, so.
Yeah, this week's a little
I don't know
different
if it'll
because of
happen right away.
yeah, this week's a little different because of Easter, but I mean we could play Fatal Fury on Saturday. There's a couple of other things going on as far as like scheduling goes though. So anybody who's seen the stream for the last 2 or 3 days, I haven't been streaming a lot outside of Sunday for tea time, but for the last 2 days we've played a shitload of Monster Hunter. It
Boys
seems
gonna catch up.
yeah, the boys got to catch up at some point. It seems like Ryan is in a better place. No more potato for him getting the new computer and everything. It's working pretty stable for me. It looks like they have. I want to say it this way, and then I want you to correct me because I'm wrong. But it looks like over the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they have stabilized it. It's running better than it was. I think that's an effort on their part. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell because the new computer, right? Like,
Yeah.
as far as the
Your
connection
situation is
disconnect-
better because of that, but me running it's still better. We don't get disconnected from the network as often. We had those problems with the Quest yesterday. There were like 2 quests that wouldn't connect. And then we did learn something new about Monster Hunter yesterday. Boy, you weren't here for this.
What up?
We had like 3 or 4 more people join the squad, and it disconnected us from the squad lobby that we were in. Ryan and I were already in there, and it said, hey, now that you have more players, we've increased the amount that you can have in your squad lobby, and it went from 10 players to 20 players. So the more people we get to join, it will increase and accommodate that.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, that was kind of cool to see. So yeah, we had that going on. But yeah, we were playing Monster Hunter. It was enjoyable. I don't want to give it all the credit in the world, but it kind of felt like the old days. Felt kind of nice, you know? We had people jumping in and playing, and we were getting through hunts. Chip in. Oh, I rimmed it out. Sucks.
What hole are you on?
15.
15.
Got a par on that. It sucks. But yeah, it seemed like that was on the table. Like that's working a lot better than it was. The situation seems to be better. We have a lot of work to do with grinding gear and grinding decos and
HR.
some other stuff. Yesterday, Frappier, one of the friends of the program, plays Monster Hunter. He's level like 700 in his HR. He told us that he didn't get an earplug gem or one of the quick gems that he needed. He didn't get it till he was like ranked 200. So like the deco drop is a problem in and of itself. And there's a lot of grinding that has to be done with that. So that seemed like it was going well this week. And I kind of
Eagle.
oh
Damn it.
wow, you bounced right past that. That was actually a pretty good shot, boy. You almost put that right in the hole. That would have been very strange for it to go right in the hole like that. Oh, this is gonna roll past.
Well,
it.
what I was trying to do is I was trying to just drop it in.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones just came out, right?
It came out in December on the PC and the
Oh, on
Xbox. On the PlayStation, I think it was this week or next week.
Yeah, this one, South of Midnight, those are all right now. And Doom is the next one. Right?
Doom
They're
is
all right.
in May. South of Midnight did come out, which I don't know anybody who bought that game, who has played that game. Like I've seen the media people talking about it, like, oh, we've got reviews for it, we're playing it, we're doing all this stuff. But I don't know
I
a
like
single.
the art style and the subject matter. I don't know that it's a good game, though. And that's
Yeah.
not enough to speak on it.
Yeah, and I don't know a single person who bought it. It's Alan Wake 2 all over again. Everybody's going on and on and on about how glorious Alan Wake 2 is, and I don't know another human being that bought it. I bought it when it was on sale. Like, it was crazy on sale when I bought it. And outside of that, I don't know anybody who did. I don't know a single person who bought South of Midnight, so.
Nice.
Claire Obscure, which I also don't ever hear anything about. Mind you, it's turn-based, so
Yeah.
I don't imagine it'll sell well. But it's one of the first in a long time where it's have you looked at it? Like high graphics turn-based is a small genre at this point. Hell, even Final Fantasy abandoned it. That'll tell
Yeah,
you what.
it's very true. Which game is that?
Claire Obscure, Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. Roll in. I rimmed it again. I keep rimming. I'm missing everything by like an inch in any direction. It's really starting to bother me.
I keep hitting the pole.
Yeah, you zip your putts and I miss mine by an inch. I actually got a bogey on that hole. Like, who the hell gets a bogey on the original course? That's bullshit.
Apparently you.
Yeah, thank you.
Ready?
Anytime.
Yes, son, I'm talking about bullshit. So yeah, but no, I figured that we had this conversation last week about how I don't feel like playing anything, and everything
No, it
sucks.
feels like you actually have something to play.
Monster Hunter didn't feel like the worst thing that ever happened to me this week. I did play some of that. I have been playing Mario Golf to kind of pass the time for some work situations.
You did say you wanted to compare Steam lists.
And I thought, yeah, that's where we're going. I thought it would be worth seeing what we have installed so that we can make a comparison and kind of make a plan. Try and, like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Consolidate some of these efforts? Is that a good phrase? I did
I
make that
guess.
one. I almost missed that by an inch on the other side, too. Consolidate the effort for what's going on? Yo, what's up, Blackpool? So, yeah, I thought it might be worth comparing some of the Steam lists. I feel like this is another thing for me. Like, for part of the conversation that we did not discuss before was that purpose-driven, whatever we're doing, works really well for me. Like, if I know that there are people on Monster Hunter that I can go and help with their hunts and get them further into the game and help them get to the end game, if I can do that, like, I'll show up and do that, and I'll have a good time doing it. Very much like us playing golf right now. I show up for this, and this is fun for me, right? I even said that last week when we were talking about how much I fucking hated video games. I was like, this is still fun. I like doing this.
All right, I have finished.
So did we. We
So
just now
we-
finished.
I forgot to switch
Negative
my
9.
clubs, so
I
let me
could have been
spot that
negative
real quick.
11, but negative 9.
Yeah, I
And
was.
the could have
negative-
been was
negative
because I
12.
was using the fast forward and accidentally hit the button twice.
I hit
instead of
12.
fucking starting.
I hit negative 12 on that. I thought.
I was negative. You were negative 12. I was negative 6.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
Oh, I did not want to click play again.
All
Are
right.
we doing the? What are we doing now?
We're back in the lobby. I was gonna pick another.
That's what I mean.
course.
What course are we doing?
That's a good question. Oh, another thing I did do. Well, here I'll pick it. Let's just go to the next one, Ridge Rock Lake. Let's just like cycle through them. 18 holes. We're gonna do standard tees, and I'm turning the wind down to normal. So
Standard
there you
Tees, Ridge Rock Lake.
Yeah.
All 18. Wind normal.
Yeah, so one of the things I actually did this week was I went for the first week, the streams that we did for Monster Hunter when it first came out, that basically one of the streams was entitled Monster Hunter Goes Potato, which made me laugh. I was like, that was a great name for a stream for how bad that game launched. I exported all of those to YouTube this week. Well, a lot of them. Got some downloads off them to kind of work on that stuff. But again, Monster Hunter has felt kind of good this week, and I've been enjoying it. So I don't know how much that will help with the problem, or like, hey, look, we found something. Let's grip onto it and hold onto it for dear life before Rich hates everything again. Like, I'm not sure if that's what to do. But yeah, I've been enjoying Monster Hunter. It's been nice to have people in the lobby playing, having some kind of purpose for that. We got Ryan through the base game of the story. We kept getting shit on by Zoshia. The boy has some things he needs to finish up. Several viewers and other people, parts of the program, they've been in the lobby trying to get some stuff done, which has been really cool. I'm okay with continuing doing that right now. But we do have Fatal Fury this week. Oh my god, I totally missed this. I am having the worst golf game ever, apparently. The only thing that saved me right there is the elevation. I want everyone to know that. We got Fatal Fury City of the Wolves this weekend for what's going on. And then again, I made a comment at lunch on Thursday at work. I said I'm going to become the best MechWarrior pilot in the history of mankind. Like, I'm going to go do it. And Ryan did buy the MechWarrior expansions. You said you bought Clans too, right?
I did not yet buy Clans.
Okay. I think that sale goes on
We
to
got
like
the whole first game to do anyway.
Yeah. So the problem with that game is that in order to unlock the missions co-op, I think you have to play them solo too. You have to play them solo, then you can play them co-op.
There's never going to be a way to not get around it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
I have to
hoping.
download a save file so we can do it.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
that's a way. But no, I was making a joke about that. I kind of felt like playing MechWarrior this week. I actually bought a controller converter, so USB into the computer. On the other end, you plug an original Xbox controller into it, because I wanted to see if I could get Steel Battalion's controller to work on it. Like, how fucking cool would that be? Right? I did want to try that out. But yeah, I was kind of in the mood to play the MechWarrior, so I installed those. And I thought it would be a good idea for us to sit and compare what we have installed and make sure that that lines up, and then maybe make a plan around some of that. I thought that would be an idea. And then it gives other people a chance, like, let's say Black Wolf's hanging out and he's like, what are they going to play this week? Oh, they're going to play a bunch of Monster Hunter. Okay, I can be ready for that. And then they can join in if they want to. Oh, they're playing Mario Golf. Okay, they could join in on that. Or, oh, they're playing MechWarrior. Maybe I could join in on that. That sort of thing. Especially as games...
Right now
What?
is my putting game sucks.
Yeah, my putting game is not doing great either.
This is not my day for putting. Like, if last week was great for putting but terrible for drives, this is the opposite.
But yeah, I was thinking we could spend 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, and kind of coordinate an effort. That way everyone could be like on the same page. That might help. Get more, either more
Yeah.
people to play, if a game does go on sale, like MechWarrior 5 is on sale right now with all of its DLC.
Ready?
You know, you could buy it while it's cheap, right? Like the boy needs to do that too.
But you never told me which one to buy.
Yeah, I told you I'd get around to that. So the MechWarrior 5, there's a Jump Ship edition, which has I think the first 2 expansions. And then I think there are 3 or 4 more that are like $5.99 or $7.99 a piece, depending on which one you get. The Jump Ship one definitely needs to be done. And then we can kind of go from there. But yeah, I mean, we bought all of the DLC, not the cosmetics, the actual like content DLC and MechWarrior 5. And I bought Clans. Ryan hasn't bought Clans yet. So there you go. Now you know. See, this is the purpose of this. This is what we're doing. Man, I drilled that one. I got a birdie on like a 60-foot putt. So there's that. So yeah, I thought it might be worth taking a look at what we have installed on Steam and
No, rimmed it.
making that go. Claire Obscure, the final preview. Dude, I'm a sucker for any video game that has giant walking mechs in it. I really am.
That's look at the video and you'll understand the type of game it is. Kind of rare in this day and age, really.
The Obscure
Don't know
one?
that makes it good. Yeah,
Okay, I'm
dying
going,
breed, man.
going to look at it right now.
Steam.
The other half is
Mech.
I sent you the video at the right time and you'll understand.
So
It's
quick,
It's
mercenary,
not that it's
right?
necessarily going to be good.
it's got quick
it's the-
time events in it,
And then Jump Ship Edition, right?
Jump Ship Edition, and then there's like 4 DLCs past that. I'm gonna lay up on this hole. Oh man, that's weird. All right, I'll tell everyone. So Ryan sent me a video for Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is a turn-based menu RPG with active stuff to it.
But it's also high graphics, which again is the part that
Yeah,
makes
very high graphics. It
rare.
looks like Wukong.
Isn't this DLC upgrade bundle?
No, that is cosmetic stuff, I thought.
The Heroes of the Inner Sphere, Legend of the Kestrel Lancers,
Those two
Here's
came
the-
with the Jump Ship edition, I thought.
already in your cart. No.
nice, huh?
Hold on,
I
maybe.
totally screwed that up and bailed myself out.
Okay, that game is weird. I understand it now, and that game is weird.
Again,
Okay.
like you just don't see that kind anymore.
No, you don't.
Even Square abandoned it. So for somebody to choose it is kind of even.
Yeah, that's even weirder. Yeah. Let me take a look at the MechWarrior thing. Hang on. Pulling it up. MechWarrior
nice.
5.
30.
Mercenaries. DLC. I currently have Legend of the Kestrel Lancers, Heroes of the Inner Sphere, Call to Arms. I don't have the digital extras. I have Solaris Showdown. I have the Dragon's Gambit. I have Rise of the Razzlehague.
Sorry, I have 20 seconds left. Give me a second.
Okay, you're good.
Okay.
So yeah,
So, go off through the DLCs again.
Heroes of the Inner Sphere,
Okay.
Legend of the Kestrel Lancers,
Mhm.
Call to Arms,
Yep.
Rise of the Razzlehague,
Mhm.
the Dragon's Gambit, and Solaris Showdown. The
Yes.
Solaris Showdown one is just it's basically an arena thing.
Well, so there's that DLC upgrade bundle. That has the first 4, and it doesn't have the last 2. Is what it was.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm looking at the digital extras content. That one I don't have. I don't care, but it's $1.99. I think it's soundtracks and shit like that. So I didn't do that one.
Nice.
It should be like $40 for all of that, right?
It's like 50, I think.
Yeah. That's not so bad. Considering how much they want for, Night Rain, maybe that's too expensive. I don't know. So that's the other thing too. I thought we'd start using this time to kind of coordinate that too, because when Doom comes out, we're gonna want to play Doom. When Elden Ring comes out, maybe we'll play that. At some
How
point.
about Doom on my part? I gotta go through 2016 first.
Okay, so Ryan, you should probably play 2016. Yeah. Oh, that was another piece of news I saw this week. You want to hear something cool?
Oh, there it is.
I got an email from Good Old Games saying now available on Good Old Games, Doom 2016. So they've got a DRM free copy of Doom for $3 on Good Old Games. I was like, hell yeah. I was so hell yeah for that. I was like, yep, I need more of that. That was awesome.
That was kind of fun. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah, let's do more of that. So yeah, that happened this week too. I was like, good for you, Good Old Games. Good for you. $3, Doom 2016 DRM free. Oh man, God, I tinked it. I just pulled a kit and tinked it. So not happy right now. Dude, my golf game has been a mess since like Thursday. Oh, look at you drill your putt. Yeah.
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 I am the champion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for this week, what do you think? Monster Hunter and City of the Wolves? Like, we got the bandwidth for that? It's like, is that enough?
Fighting games only ever last so long, so that's fine.
I'm gonna play the shit out of City of the Wolves, man.
If it, is what it should be.
Well, that means that's the other thing too, is we're gonna have to dust off our arcade sticks and go full tilt into whatever that is.
I always play Garo with controller, so.
Yeah, I don't.
The boy's got the Vitrix.
He does.
He's gonna bust it out like a man.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, it's your Vitrix. You want that back?
I wanted to buy it to try it for non-fighting games of all things. Remember?
And then you tried it and went, "Take it, boy."
No,
That's
the problem
literally
is
what happened.
that you really do need to practice with it. It's the sad thing, especially for like if you want to play Symphony, it's probably champ, but you gotta.
Oh, I did part of Symphony with it.
All right. Yeah, he did do part of Symphony with it, and it was ridiculous. I want you to know that. It was fucking ridiculous.
The
right.
amount of taps that he would hear.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll do a little history behind it. We'll tell stories, Ryan. Want to tell some stories? We got a question in chat from the live version of this. Black Wolf asks, City of the Wolves, question mark. So yeah, on Thursday this week, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is coming out. It's a new fighting game from SNK. It's not part of it's not King of Fighters. It's the old Galro. If you ever played it on the Super Nintendo or in the arcade, Fatal Fury, they had 3 of them before they started making the special versions and doing some extra things. City of the Wolves specifically is a reference to the Dreamcast version that they made that was extremely limited. We had it back in the day. Ryan and I used to sit and play the Dreamcast version of Galro, Mark of the Wolves. We used to play that like junkies. We loved that game so much. We really did. Like, we played it constantly on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was the best fighting game system I ever owned. Like, let me put that out there right now. Capcom versus SNK. Marvel versus Capcom 1. I don't like 2, but I love 1. And the things that we're seeing now in the Capcom fighting collection stuff. Galro, Mark of the Wolves. It was called Galro in Japan. In America, they changed it to Fatal Fury. And they are calling this one Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. What else was great on that? Like, we had so many good fighting games on that thing. Plasma Sword's coming out in the Capcom SNK 2. Power Stone 1 and 2 is coming on the Capcom SNK 2. Dude, the Dreamcast was just the shit. But we used to play specifically King of Fighters 2000, or it was 99.
There was Darkstalkers, wasn't there?
Not on the Dreamcast. We played King of Fighters 99, the black one with K-Dash on the cover. We played the shit out of that game.
98 Dream Match.
We played 98 Dream Match, which is still the most beloved King of Fighters game of all time, and we played Galro Mark of the Wolves. What's cool about all of those games is all of their versions are available on Steam. So we can actually go play, we could play Galro right now if we wanted to, the original Galro. But the new game comes out on Thursday, and because of how much, it's literally been 20 years. 25 years
Street
now.
Fighter Third Impact.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We used to play Street Fighter 3. We used to play Street Fighter, what was the, Alpha 3 was on that?
I mean, if you're talking arcade, like sports, the cast and the Saturn were king.
Yeah, dude.
Don't got
Oh
shit
my
on.
god, dude. I never had a Saturn. I was not a Saturn guy, and until I moved here, and you guys introduced me to all the Saturn glory that's out there. So, you get all the credit in the world for that.
Blaine gets all the credit.
Yeah, Blaine gets all the credit in the world for that. Blaine Anderson, wherever you are, we miss you, dude. Yeah, so tell that story too, I guess. So I used to work at a place called the Game Peddler when I first moved here, and there was a guy who worked there who had basically worked there for like as long as there had been a store. Blaine Anderson was there, and
Ready?
he had everything. Like he would just buy every game that came out, like
He
rare
had a
Japanese
deal.
import. Yeah.
Nice shot.
Like he showed us Gradius 5 before any of us knew that there was a Gradius 5 because it came out in Japan and he had an import PS2. He showed us all of the SNK Neo Geo shit I've ever seen in my life. All came from him. Basically what it was Saturday night at the Game Peddler, after we close up the store, we would sit at the demo unit at the end of the store and he would bring something cool to show us, and we would basically have like a class for an hour and a half on, you know what, just because you play video games doesn't mean you know anything about video games. And this dude taught us so much shit, it was unbelievable. Dude is legend. Like he's an absolute fucking, oh my god. Like
He's like that
was-
40-year-old guy you knew who was into anime in the 90s when it
Yeah.
was different. Right? Before
Yeah.
every teen on Earth got into it, before it aired on Toonami. He's telling you about shit that happened back in the 80s.
Yeah. And it was really cool because he was so secure about his beliefs. Like he didn't need you to tell him what was going on. Like there's still a lot of that going on where it's like, okay, well if somebody tells me that this is cool, then I'll believe that it's cool. No. He didn't give a shit what you thought. He gave a shit what he experienced. Like the difference between saying and doing, that was him. The biggest one I remember for that was we were in there one day talking about Star Fox 64 at the store, and we were like, oh my god, like it was so revolutionary because of Rumble, and they had the Rumble packs and all this other stuff. And he looked at us and he said, fuck you. And we were like, what? He was like, no. We're like, what do you mean no? He said, they've ruined video games because I hate Rumble and it sucks. And because of that, I hate it and they're stupid and I don't care. And like, it's the way he said it was, I tried it, I don't like it. And so for me, your point is invalid. And just because you want to go along with everybody else doesn't make it so. And I remember thinking back then going, the statements that we were making about it, like we were talking about it in the context of like, oh my god, like posterity thinks that this is so cool. And he's like, not everybody thinks like you, shut the fuck up. That was what the lesson was. It was actually a very
His
good
taste
lesson.
was the most interesting of anybody ever.
Yeah,
Couldn't play an RPG or first-person shooter to save his life. Couldn't stand him.
couldn't stand him. Was not into that. But
Like
any ship
arcade
shooter,
games, any kind.
yeah, I got
Beat 'em up,
2 words
shooter,
for you.
fighting
Choaniki. I didn't know what Choaniki was until Blaine Anderson. So, yeah.
I will be back in a few minutes.
Okay. Yeah, wherever Blaine Anderson is, that man is absolute king shit of this stuff. Like, we loved it. But yeah, so we used to play Galro, Mark of the Wolves on the Dreamcast all the time. Yeah, we're very excited for the new City of the Wolves coming out. Comes out on Thursday. Terry, Andy's disciple. You can play as Mai. If you followed along with Street Fighter 6, Terry and Mai are from Fatal Fury. So, yeah, we're all about Capcom crossing over with that. I'm gonna miss this putt, and I'm very unhappy about that. Good job. Way to go, Rich. Fucking suck at golf today. But yeah, so yeah, we play Monster Hunter this week, and Let me get into Galro when that comes out for the weekend. I don't know, boy. What do you think?
Sounds like it could be a very fun time.
Man, I love Fatal Fury. I mean, we could just
Fatal
forgo
Fury's
the
amazing.
Monster Hunter thing altogether and just play a whole bunch of Galro, Mark of the Wolves.
I mean, getting our fingers acclimated once again could be a thing.
For real, I gotta pull out the controller and like dust it off and whatever else. Ugh. That's what fight games do. When fight games come out, it's like an ordeal at our house. We gotta like detail some shit and work on some stuff.
Edo, yo.
Yeah, I didn't even make it onto the green yet. There I go.
Nice
Be lucky if I get a birdie.
birdie.
So I figure streams this week, if there are streams during the week, my work schedule makes that really hard to put up with sometimes. But if there are streams during the week, I figured we do Monster Hunter and then that. The real trick in all of this is we got to figure out how to get the boy involved. The boy just refuses to participate. I'm talking to you, boy.
Yes.
You
That's
have-
not always.
You have to finish Monster Hunter.
Nice
I know.
birdie.
I was telling Ryan, I don't know if Ryan's back yet. Maybe I'll wait till he comes back to make this statement, because he's gonna give you a whole earful of, what the fuck is wrong with you. So we'll go back to that in a second. But yeah, I figured we'd do that, depending on what's going on with City of the Wolves, and then there's nothing next week, right?
Ready?
I don't think there's anything until Doom.
I don't know. I have some personal things, but that's about it.
What personal things?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, he's got cards. Okay. Yeah, what's it gonna take? Like, what if... Okay, if we put it to you this week and said, what's it gonna take for you to finish Monster Hunter? Like, what do we need to do here?
It's honestly just killing stuff.
Well, I got that part. Everything that you need to do, I did for Ryan last night.
Birdie.
Like, you need to manage your time better. You need to get on top of your stuff. Like how I just sunk that birdie. Like, you need to get there.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't get the boost with the wind right there. That sucks. Would have been nice, right?
I don't know. I don't think I actually would have wanted it. Because I was so high up.
No, I would have pushed you forward about 20 yards. Did Ryan go to take a break because he finished his round? Is that what happened? We're only on 16.
I have no idea.
We're on
My man's
16.
just better than us.
Yeah, that could be.
Ready?
But no, I'll tell you anyway before if and when he comes back for whatever it is. I told him, I was like, yeah, he still comes downstairs. You came downstairs, turned on my desktop,
Shot.
and turned on Monster Hunter the one time you played it this week, because it's almost like you forgot you have a laptop now capable of dealing with all that stuff.
I wouldn't say it's a great laptop capable of it, but
I mean, it's still capable of
I
it.
can hear. I have my headphones on. I had to use the restroom.
Oh.
But no, I finished because it's only me playing, so it's fast.
Okay. But yeah, he came down here to use my desktop. I told Ryan that the other day. I was like, it's almost like he forgot he had that laptop. When Ryan got his new computer, he gave Kit his laptop to like improve his station in life, and Kit forgot. Is that what happened, boy?
No.
That's what it seemed like.
No. It was just, this
Just
was
score.
what was available at the end of that second.
Because I told him, I was like, why didn't you just bring the laptop downstairs and plug it into the monitor and then just roll with your thing? And he was like, oh yeah, I could do that, huh? He sounds like Ted half the time. From Bill and Ted. Oh yeah, we could do that, yeah. Sometimes that makes me laugh. But yeah, Doom. soon.
What's your score?
I'm at -9 right now.
I'm at -7,
Ready?
and this is
we're-
holy.
-8. So,
You finished at -8?
yep, entirely on me too.
Oh,
Not any
this-
random screw ups this time.
I feel like I got to lay up on this one. I'm going to lay up on this one just so I can preserve my score and beat Ryan.
Nice shot.
That's what I want to do. All right, so there's that. But yeah, we need to get you through Monster Hunter this week. Let's make a couple of goals. We need to get hit through Monster Hunter, okay? What else do we need to do? We're definitely going to play City of the Wolves. That's going to be a thing. Anything else we need to do this week?
Mm,
You did say what else was coming out, right? I think there wasn't.
I don't think there's anything else this week. There's just that one game. And then we need to compare what we have. Like, I'm all for having like a single player goal for the week too, because, you know, we're not going to get on and play all the time during the week. Can't.
Nice approach.
What game was it you said that you were going to play?
No, I was saying I could probably do Colossal Cave yesterday if we hadn't. been playing
That's
Monster
that
Hunter.
Sierra game, right?
Yeah, it's the old one.
Yeah.
It's only supposed to be like 3 hours. That was going to be my goal for Saturday.
Yeah, I started playing Kingdom 80s this week, and then I got to the last level, and it basically reset the whole game on me, and I said, fuck this noise, I'm not doing that again. So, I'm out on Kingdom. If that makes you feel any better. Like, no more Kingdom 2 counts.
So this week is Maliki, Poison of the Past, whatever the hell that
I got
is.
a -10,
Player Obscure,
so I did beat you.
Player Obscure, Fatal Fury, The 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, whatever that is.
Whatever.
Tempest Rising, Sunseed Island, Yasha, Legend of the Demon Blade. That sounds familiar, to be honest. And then Days Gone Remastered.
Days Gone Remastered.
That's the 25th.
What was the other
And
remaster
then-
this week?
Forza is on April 29th.
Which
Horizon
one?
5. On the PS5.
What game?
Forza Horizon.
Forza Horizon.
Horizon 5's coming to the PS5. Did Indiana Jones come out this week?
29th. It came out on the 17th.
Okay, so that is out.
Moto GP 25 is the 30th. Conquest Dark and Skin Deep are also the 30th, whatever they are.
So we
That's
don't have
me.
anything until Doom.
Doom is the 15th. Capcom Collection is the 16th.
And Elden
Dune
Ring is the
Awakening
18th.
is the 20th. Fantasy Life, The Girl Who Steals Time. That sounds familiar. Onimusha 2, Samurai Destiny.
Ooh, I forgot about that one. I gotta get that.
And then Night Rain on the 30th.
Yeah, Night Rain I don't really give a shit about.
Oh, guess what comes out against Night Rain? Rune Factory. Guardians of Azuma.
Yeah, Rune Factory is
Mark
going to be the
overlap
big
right
seller
there.
right there. Yeah. So before we buy Night Rain, hey, let's make this commitment right now. Before any of us get Night Rain, we're not playing the new Elden Ring until we play the old one co-op.
Ooh, this Yasha the Demon Blade actually looks good. You know what it looks like?
What?
Old school East.
I like these.
So isometric, top down, that viewpoint. But, like imagine Bastion, but Japanese.
That sounds fun. All right, so yeah, we're not doing Elden Ring until we play the old Elden Ring co-op, which apparently you can play the expansion co-op as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. And this week, Monster Hunter and City of the Wolves. That sound like a plan?
The only thing in June that is not a Switch 2 release that actually matters is Death Stranding 2.
That's coming out in June? I thought that wasn't until way late this year.
It says June 26th. Almost everything else is a Switch 2 release, but that is the one that stands out.
Yeah. Well, I think next week on our tea time, we can discuss what it was like to try and get a reserve this week for the Switch 2. That'll be fun. We can all tell our nightmare horror stories of that.
Or it's gonna be all
The
as simple
replay
as
is live.
Yeah, there's that. But yeah, I think that's a plan. Does that sound like a plan? Are you good with that? That's really what my
Yeah,
question is. The
preparation goes.
plan is dependent on the answer to this question. Are you ready, Ryan? Here comes the question. Are you having fun playing Monster Hunter? You sound so convincing when you say it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, whatever.
I mean, to me, it's not the end all be all. So I don't know. I don't understand how it is for others. But again, it doesn't have to be. It's multiplayer. It's a good time.
It's not so much that it's the end all be all. Like, I actually
Listen,
took out a
you
tempered.
practically have a Rathian tattoo on your fucking shoulder. So don't tell me it's not the end all be all.
Should I get a Rathian tattoo on my shoulder? We should change the goal to Rathian tattoo on my shoulder, right? That would be funny. No. I wouldn't get that. I'd get it'd be the, you know those shirts I have?
That's the point. You have an answer, though.
I do.
That's the point.
So those
You're like,
shirts.
it wouldn't be Rathian. It'd be fucking Near Gigante, you fucking tool.
Yeah, and it would be the old like tribal logo of it. It wouldn't be like
Exactly.
a
Tribal
Rathian.
fucking logo.
Yeah, it'd be fucking great. Yeah,
Weren't you saying yesterday the boy has a favorite monster? The Gormagal lives
Gore
forever.
Magala in his tribal icon form. Yeah, that's what the boy would get. But no, I actually took on a tempered Arkveld this morning solo, and I capped him, which was cool. I did complete it, but he did shit on me twice. Like, I've got to get armor spheres and get all of that maxed out. I got to get decos for stuff. Like, I got a lot of work to do, but I want to get everybody else up there too. So there's a lot of work that goes with that. I like that kind of gaming. Like, that does give me purpose and direction in what I'm playing. Otherwise, I'm just playing Diablo and farming rifts and going, fuck it, whatever. And
They don't
that,
really seem that different.
what?
Farming is farming, man. Doesn't matter what game it is.
Yeah, but Diablo farming is not the same as this. This takes, I'm gonna say this takes more skill without breaking a sweat. Like, that's not even gonna affect, like, I have no second thought about
Diablo
saying
is
that.
not in the same category as Monster Hunter.
No, it's definitely
I would
not.
say ARPGs are not in the same category as an action game. It's just
Yeah, their farming is mindless and like completely zoned out. Like,
well,
yeah.
they're more based on RPGs are more based on. And that's where I think Monster Hunter is kind of wrong to go the build route rather than focusing on the rest of it.
That would
Diablo
be-
is all about build. It's all numbers.
Yeah, I could see that. You know, the other thing that we need to do, I want you to explore this week: speed golf, battle golf, and target golf. I want you
really
to-
want to do all that.
I don't, but I'd like you to explore a little bit of it to see if it would even be worth trying. I think that would work. I don't know. That works. So we'll do Monster Hunter, we'll do City of the Wolves. We'll keep on with the release schedule for what's going on. We'll monitor the news, and in the meantime, we'll go have Easter. How does that sound?
Huh?
All right.
Easter.
That was a good question. Like, did you want us to bring you some food? We might be able to do that.
No, I just ate literally. I was cooking when we started.
Oh, well, that's a thing. Dude, from my understanding of it, there's enough deviled eggs upstairs to feed like the masses. The parable of one loaf of bread and too many things. We took a dozen eggs and deviled eggs for everyone, I guess. So that's the thing. All right, Monster Hunter this week. So on and so forth. We're gonna play City of the Wolves, dude. I'm still looking forward to it. Like, who are you gonna main? That's my last question of the day. Who are you gonna main in Galro?
I think we already know my answer.
Yeah, Ryan's not gonna main anybody. Kit's gonna main Rock.
Yes, sir.
Really?
When
You're gonna main
If I
Rock,
was
not
playing-
Terry?
It's gonna be both, but
All
it's
right.
gonna be Rock more than Terry.
So you'll see gameplay of Rock, and you'll see gameplay of Rock all weekend. It'll be great. So we'll do that.
There may
Maybe
be
the most
some of the
in one.
DJ guy.
The DJ guy. It's gonna be Maya and Terry for me. I can tell you that right now. I might as well just go play Street Fighter 6. Like, fuck it, let's go. Dude,
No,
I don't. God, I gotta do that too. I haven't played a single round with Mai in Street Fighter 6. Like, I haven't turned it on since they released her.
neither have I.
We keep like kicking over rocks over here, and I keep finding more and more stuff I have to do. All right, City of the Wolves. Ryan's gonna play every character. Kit's gonna play Rock. I'm gonna play Terry and Mai. We're gonna play more Monster Hunter this week. Keep that going, and we'll keep up with what's happening with the Switch 2. Pre-orders are on the 24th, and if you get one, come join the community Discord and let everybody know, hey, I got my pre-order. And we'll all be excited for you for about 35 seconds, and then we'll all move on, because the Switch 2 is actually not as exciting to anybody except for Ryan.
36.
Ryan, what did you say?
I said maybe 36.
Maybe 36 seconds. Yeah, we'll do 36 seconds. Ryan, you're the officially the most excited for that on the panel. Is that correct? In the
That's
community.
not much excited. It's that I know there will be first-party games that I'm gonna play. Everybody who says otherwise is either A, in denial from gaming and is not a big fan of Nintendo, just fine, or B, shouldn't be buying it anyway.
Well, that's probably the truth. So, the 24th.
Look,
Good luck,
calm
everybody.
down.
Go get your Switch 2. We'll catch you next week with Tea Time and play more Mario Golf.
All right, we should probably inform them. Be like, if you do have a Nintendo Switch account, you can go to their website and
Oh, we
pre-order
told
it
them-
that way.
Have Monster
Yeah, we
Hunter
told them that at
installed.
the beginning. I thought. Oh, we
I
did
don't
tell
want
them
to
that.
talk about that.
Yeah, maybe we didn't. So yeah,
Did
you
install
can.
Wilds?
He did install Wilds.
Did it run better? I'm kinda curious now. That's what you said.
I don't think he's turned it on. Remember, he forgot that you gave him a laptop. He forgot.
No,
I don't know where that static's coming from. I think it's you, kid. Echo and static. So,
That's it in the microwave.
but yeah, yes, you can go to Nintendo's website right now. If you haven't done that, you can put yourself on a pre-order list. They will notify you when the pre-orders go live. And this time around, you can directly order it from Nintendo instead of having to go through a third-party retailer. This is, according to Ryan and the other reports that are out there, this is how they're combating scalpers this time around. You have to have a Nintendo Online membership and have played X amount of hours on that account. So even if 7 years ago you got a Nintendo Online membership and played Tetris 99 for a couple of hours, you'd still qualify for whatever that is. But yeah, they're doing it so that you can't be a bot and just try and take all
No,
the
it has to be in the
pre-orders.
last year. Like,
Oh,
you
is
can't
it within
do
the
it
last
in-
year? Oh, there
In
you
the
go.
last year, you have to have 50 hours plus.
They're still going to pre-order them anyway through that, but you can go sign up for the thing if you want to and go from there. So, all right, we're out of here. Easter's on. Everyone have a nice holiday weekend and play City of the Wolves this week. Good luck with your Switch pre-orders, and we'll see you on Monster Hunter if we don't see you before then. Take it easy, everyone.
Have a good Windows.
Mic off.